The House at Midnight. I've never believed in ghosts, not until that night. It was a dare, just a stupid dare. My friends and I had been talking about that old, decrepit house at the end of Oak Street, the one everyone said was haunted. At midnight, I found myself standing on the cracked front steps, the wind whispering through the broken windows like a voice calling out to me. I laughed nervously and pushed open the creaky door. It groaned as if the house itself was waking up. The air inside was thick, heavy, as though it hadn't been disturbed in years. Dust swirled in the dim light from my flashlight, casting eerie shadows on the peeling wallpaper. I took a step inside, and the door slammed shut behind me with a force that shook the walls. My heart pounded, but I told myself it was just the wind. That's when I heard it, a faint, dragging sound coming from upstairs. It was slow, deliberate, like something, or someone, was being pulled across the floor. I wanted to turn back, but my feet moved forward, drawn to the sound against my will. The stairs creaked under my weight as I ascended, each step louder than the last. The sound grew closer, clearer, a scraping, scratching noise followed by a low, guttural moan. At the top of the stairs, I froze. The hallway stretched out before me, dark and endless. The scratching was now directly above me, coming from the attic. My breath caught in my throat as the trapdoor to the attic slowly creaked open on its own. A cold, rotten smell wafted down, making my stomach churn. My flashlight flickered, the batteries dying, as I saw something pale and thin slither down from the darkness above. It moved unnaturally, like a marionette controlled by unseen hands. My legs were rooted to the spot, unable to move, as the thing's eyeless face turned toward me, its mouth stretched wide in a grotesque grin. The dragging sound was louder now, coming closer, as if it was pulling something heavy toward me. Suddenly, everything went black. The flashlight died completely, plunging me into total darkness. The only sound was my ragged breathing and the steady thump of something crawling down the walls toward me. And then, just as quickly as it started, it stopped. The air was still, the house silent. I fumbled for my phone, desperate for any light. As I turned it on, the beam illuminated the hallway, now empty. The trapdoor was closed, the scratching gone. But the last thing I saw before I ran was my own breath, visible in the freezing air, as if something unseen, was breathing right next to me. I've never believed in ghosts, not until that night.